Hey squad, Sykes here and welcome back to InstallationX. Today I'm going to be reviewing the most recent developer direct from Team Xbox to kick off what could possibly be one of the best years in Xbox history in 2025, but more on that later. So if you enjoyed this video then please make sure you leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Xbox content. Let's jump into it. Xbox had already announced that they would be doing a deep dives into 3 previously announced games during the showcase: Doom the Dark Ages from id Software, South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, and Clair Obscur Expedition 33 from Sandfall Interactive. They also teased announcing a mystery 4th game, which has become somewhat of a pattern with these developer directs since the shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush in 2023 and the surprise appearance of Visions of Mana from Square Enix in 2024. So what a way to open the show with the surprise announcement that Ninja Gaiden's back with a new mainline game, Ninja Gaiden 4, the first game in the series in 13 years. The official release from Xbox Wire, which I'll be using for quite a lot of the details for different games, so I'll leave the link in the description, stated, quote, "Team Ninja announced the return of a beloved franchise with the reveal of Ninja Gaiden 4. After more than a decade, the masters of action at Team Ninja and Platinum Games have partnered with Xbox Game Studios Publishing to bring us an exciting new chapter in the Ninja Gaiden series, a series with a long history on Xbox. We were introduced to Yakumo, a new protagonist whose objective lies at the heart of a devastated Tokyo. On his mission, Yakumo will not only encounter fiends and demons, but also the legendary Master Ninja himself, Ryo Hayabusa. Gameplay footage showed that Yakumo will introduce players to a stylish new take on ninja action, with bloodbind ninjutsu alongside legendary techniques like the Flying Swallow and Izuda Drop. Ryo will also return as a playable character with a revamped arsenal that stays true to his signature brutality and precision." End quote. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I've not played a Ninja Gaiden game before, and that my knowledge on the franchise is limited. However, wow, does this game look amazing. The first thing that pops out is the brutality of the combat, and the various strikes and combinations that players will get to carry out with what looks to be a very well put together and fluid set of combat mechanics. The cyberpunk style setting of Tokyo also looks absolutely gorgeous, and graphically this is definitely popping off the screen for me. I've heard that previous Ninja Gaiden games have been very challenging, so it seems that it will be a case of trying to learn quickly the balance between when to strike and when to dodge or parry at the right times. Many of the bosses shown in the footage look formidable and are likely to seriously punish you if you make a misstep. There also seems to be tons of verticality in the gameplay and a decent amount of environmental traversal to keep players satisfied in between combat areas. Overall, an excellent presentation for a game that I was not expecting to see. Ninja Gaiden 4 has no firm release date yet, but has been given a release window of fall 2025. Hopefully things go very well for Team Ninja and Platinum Games throughout the year, so the game is not pushed into 2026. Ninja Gaiden 4 was definitely a great surprise, but what was even more of a surprise was one more announcement from Team Ninja. Ninja Gaiden 2 is back with an all new and improved remastered version powered by Unreal Engine in the form of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black incorporates some of the additions of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 while staying true to the challenge and feel of the original Xbox 360 version, including its signature gore and violence. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is available on Game Pass now if you want to jump into the action. Next up, we got a deeper look at South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, the first game from Compulsion since We Happy Few back in 2018, and the first since they were acquired and became part of Xbox Game Studios. From Xbox Wire, quote, "In our story trailer, protagonist Hazel and her mother are preparing for the impending hurricane. The storm proves massive, causing catastrophic flooding and causing their own home to be swept down the river with her mother in it. Its aftermath shows the fictional town of Prospero, located in the southern United States, eerily calm while irrevocably changed from the hurricane's destruction. Here, Hazel undertakes a journey in search of her mother, while finding out more about herself and her family's lineage in the process. Hazel begins to see fantastical phenomena all over Prospero, including meeting Catfish, an enormous and talking creature in his own right, stuck in a tree following the hurricane's destruction. Catfish tells Hazel she is a weaver, someone who possesses magical powers and can see how threads connect to form the woven tapestry of our fates. As Hazel, players will learn with her to use her powers, overcoming obstacles such as defeating enemies and removing barriers, from conjuring past incarnations of objects to use them to overcome traversal and puzzle challenges, to combat-based spells to take on her biggest foes. We also got to see more of some of the monsters that Hazel will encounter on her journey. These include Haints, which are an enemy class that comes in many forms, with Hazel using her weaving powers and magical tools to unravel the corruption afflicting these creatures and the environment around them, and return the area to reality. Two-Toed Tom, a blind albino crocodile, Huggin' Molly, who is a monstrous woman spider inspired by Southern legend, and the Rujaru, a shape-shifting were-owl who lives in a dense, dark forest at the edge of a mountain. We also got to see plenty of the fantastical setting of Prospero, which is a town composed of a number of southern-inspired locations, including flooded countryside, abysmal swamps, and Appalachian mountains." End quote. I came into the developer direct wanting to see more of South of Midnight to be truly sold on it, and after the showcase I'm all in playing this game, especially when it is aiming to be a 10 to 12 hour experience. I think that's perfect. The art style looks great, the world looks rich and full of life, and the voice acting appears to be top notch so far. South of Midnight will launch on April 8th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox app for Windows PC, Steam and Cloud, and you'll be able to play it day one on Game Pass. Now, a game that really surprised me when it was revealed at the Xbox Game Showcase in June last year was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I was immediately drawn in by the basic premise of the game. The paintress, a seemingly supernatural being, would paint a number on a monolith each year and everyone of that age would die. An expedition would be sent out to attempt to stop the cycle, which sounded awesome. I wasn't quite sure what I thought of the gameplay 6 months ago, but Sandful Interactive came in exceptionally strong with this new showcase of Expedition 33. Various segments from Xbox Wire state, quote, "Expedition 33's deep customization of characters and playstyle, which you set up before you enter battle. The game's innovative Pictos, modifiers tied to gear, evolve into passive abilities referred to as Lumina after 4 battles. For all the strategic options on offer, it's the visceral, real-time elements of the turn-based battle system that leap front and centre in every bit of gameplay we've seen. While this is a crucial part of gameplay and will certainly appeal to those looking for an experience which challenges both minds and reflexes. All this strategic depth comes to life through dynamic camera work and the alien beauty of the world of Expedition 33, inspired by the Art Deco style of Francis Belle Epoque era. Sorry if I crucified that any French speakers. As much as we've seen, there's still plenty more that Expedition 33 has waiting for us, including a camping system and a mechanic where you battle merchants to unlock more of their wares." End quote. Expedition 33 was a game at the beginning of the developer direct that I was curious about, and a game that I wanted to learn more about. I have virtually no experience in playing JRPGs or turn-based combat, which some of you may be astonished by. Now, seeing this game in more details, I feel it is 100% a game I want to jump into to learn the mechanics of. It seems so rich, and the details and live with colour, with the story looking like it's going to be intense and a possible heartbreaker. One of the surprise reveals from the show is that Expedition 33 will have a fully navigable world map, moving you from combat areas to progress the narrative, and also to explore and uncover hidden secrets and side content. All of which is shaping up to be a brilliant new experience when Clair Obscur Expedition 33 launches on April 24th and will be part of Xbox Game Pass on day 1. Finally, we were predictably left with one of Xbox's biggest games of the year to wrap up the show with Doom: The Dark Ages, a prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, which released in 2020. Now, I played Doom Eternal back in 2020 and it blew me away and was easily my game of the year that year. Now with Doom: The Dark Ages, developer id Software are staying true to what they have made before, but are altering the gameplay formula, giving it a fresh feel following its predecessors. Xbox Wire quotes, "The action in Doom: The Dark Ages is a grounded experience focused on the sheer power that the Slayer wields, devastating melee abilities, and the return of strafing, a classic Doom maneuver. The team puts it best. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet, but in Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank, ready to stand and fight. A loadout of new melee weapons, plus a brand new melee skill tree means you'll be able to get up close and personal to your demons and deliver some serious damage. During the show, we were introduced to the Shield Saw, packed with features to both block incoming fire, decapitate foes from afar, or traverse the environment. The segment also showed us a huge spiked flail, an electric gauntlet built to pummel and paralyse incoming foes, and a fierce spiked mace, 3 new weapons that all come with their own combos and upgrade options. Obviously, Doom is all about the guns, and the trademark top shelf shooting is here in abundance too. We saw a handful of the ranged weapons in action, a hulking double barrel shotgun packing a punch, a mean energy powered gun spewing paralysing shots, and perhaps the most impressive, a preposterous looking machine gun that fashes high speed rounds by breaking down actual skulls. Yes, that's right. It's an utterly menacing arsenal built to take on the biggest and baddest demons you'll ever face in a Doom game. Bigger demons means bigger battles, and mech fans, rejoice, you're in for an absolute treat. In Doom the Dark Ages you'll be able to pilot your own gigantic Atlan, a mech of gargantuan proportion built to take on baddies on a colossal scale. One clip in the segment looks like a kaiju movie, showing the Atlan throwing annihilating hits at a demon the size of a building. It's Doom's epic brutal combat moments on a literal next level scale. In Doom the Dark Ages, we've met with a mysterious world from the Slayer's past, shrouded in dark forests and towering structures, alongside dangerous dungeons and ancient battlefields. The setting blends Doom's signature recognisable hellscapes with a menacing medieval twist, and the juxtaposition of high-tech weapons and cybernetically enhanced demons against this imposing fantasy backdrop is truly remarkable. You'll also be able to fully explore these levels with a level of freedom that has rarely been possible in a Doom game. The levels in Doom the Dark Ages are less linear than previous instalments. You have autonomy over which areas to explore and which objectives to pursue. It's Doom's sandbox, your playground to cause carnage in whichever way you want, and the biggest player space ever seen in Doom. The shield saw we mentioned earlier also doubles up as a cool exploration tool. You can use it to traverse across broken bridges, scale up ledges, smash through hidden paths, and crack into treasure troves nestled in every corner of the world. Exploration isn't just encouraged, it's rewarded with loot, upgrades and secrets. The id team is going big on narrative in Doom the Dark Ages, with aims to make the story and lore much more approachable, bringing deep story beats out of the codex and into incredible cutscenes for maximum impact." End quote. I didn't need to be sold on Doom the Dark Ages, I was in from the beginning. However, the variety that is on offer in terms of gameplay mechanics, from the shield saw to the melee weapons and other forms of larger scale combat, have got me really excited to play this. I'm looking forward to hopefully more of an in-depth story now that we are getting more characters and cutscenes, which will go alongside the heavy metal combat. I'm a little bit underwhelmed by the reworked glory kills that we've seen so far compared to the animated version from Doom Eternal. It will likely be one of those things that will be more satisfactory when you have a controller in your hands. Doom the Dark Ages will launch on May 15th for Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox app for Windows, PC, Steam and PlayStation 5, and you can play it day one on Game Pass. To conclude, I thought this was one of the best showcases that Xbox have ever done. The overall presentation was excellent, the style speaks to exactly what the heart of the show is, giving the developers time to pitch their ideas and creative projects directly to the gamers with a lot of passion. I was not fully sold on all the games before coming into the show, but I've left the show wanting to play all of them. Remarkably, we won't have to wait that long either, as South of Midnight and Expedition 33 are both out in April, Doom is then out in May, and Avowed's coming in February. We have one of the most stacked Q1 and Q2 lineups I think Xbox has ever put together, and possibly one of the best in years. Overall, I thought the show was a perfect 10 out of 10, and I hope all the games launch and review well to keep the momentum strong for Team Green moving into the summer. Well squad, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, and for all things Xbox, stay tuned to InstallationX. Bye guys.